If your compost pile is slow, smelly, or just sitting there doing nothing, you're not alone. Many gardeners expect their kitchen scraps and garden waste to magically turn into rich black compost, but it often doesn't work that way. And the mistake is surprisingly simple. It's not just about what you put in your compost pile, it's about how you balance and structure it. That's where a humble, overlooked material comes in. Not fancy compost starters or exotic amendments, just plain old cardboard, but not tossed in randomly. There's a method to using cardboard that accelerates decomposition, stops smells, and turns your compost into fluffy, fertile soil in a fraction of the time. And once you learn this, you'll never compost without it again. This isn't the dry brown material lesson you've already heard. This is about what kind of cardboard, how to layer it, where to place it, and why it quietly rewires your compost into a fast-working system. Let's dig in. Why most compost fails and cardboard fixes it. A slow compost pile is usually a carbon-to-nitrogen problem. When there's too much green waste, kitchen scraps, lawn clippings, or even fresh manure, the pile becomes wet, compacted, and anaerobic. You'll know it's happening when it stinks or grows slimy. Cardboard, being high in carbon, acts like a sponge and structure builder. But the trick is not just to throw cardboard in the pile. If you don't prep it properly, or if you don't know where to place it, it won't break down quickly and can even repel worms. The key is layering. Think of cardboard like framing inside a building. When you use thin strips of corrugated cardboard or shredded paperboard in between every 6 inches of kitchen waste or garden greens, you're building airflow into your pile. That airflow means oxygen. Oxygen means fungi and bacteria work faster, and faster compost means quicker nutrients for your plants. The secret is in the soak. Here's what most gardeners miss. Dry cardboard is too slow. If you're throwing in dry pizza boxes or cereal boxes straight from the bin, your pile won't change much. You need to soak your cardboard in water, ideally with a bit of compost tea or worm castings added. This makes the cardboard soft, pliable, and ready for microbial colonization. Once soaked, it acts like a slow-drip nutrient battery. It holds moisture, feeds microbes, and even attracts red wigglers. In fact, if you bury soaked cardboard at the center of your pile, like a compost sandwich, you'll often find it teeming with earthworms within days, especially if your pile has enough nitrogen and stays moist. Stack it, don't mix it. Many gardeners make the mistake of tossing everything together like a salad, but that creates an unpredictable, compacted mess. Instead, try this method. Begin your pile with a thin, soaked cardboard base. Then add a layer of greens, kitchen scraps, weeds, or grass clippings. Cover that with another sheet or strip of wet cardboard. Repeat. This lasagna style of layering creates natural air pockets. It also prevents wet material from matting together, a common issue that suffocates compost piles. As the layers settle, the cardboard breaks down evenly with the green waste, keeping the pile active and odor-free. And because the decomposition happens in layers, it insulates itself, producing heat even without turning. Worms love it more than you think. Honestly, it's hard to overstate this. Worms go crazy for softened cardboard. The cellulose and glue in corrugated cardboard actually mimic decaying roots and wood, which is their natural habitat. So, when you bury strips of soaked cardboard, especially if you pair them with banana peels or coffee grounds, you're not just feeding the pile, you're building a habitat. If you're trying to boost earthworm populations in your garden, this is, hands down, one of the cheapest and most effective ways to do it. Many gardeners even use cardboard as a migration path, placing it between compost piles and planting beds to encourage worm travel and soil improvement. Stop turning, start stacking. Turning a compost pile sounds good in theory, but honestly it's labor-intensive and not always necessary. When you layer cardboard correctly and balance moisture, the pile kind of aerates itself. The cardboard forms mini vents and capillaries throughout the pile. That's why this method is perfect for lazy composters or those with back problems. You set it up once and let nature do the rest. In warm conditions, this cardboard compost stack can be ready in as little as 4 weeks. In cooler weather it may take, maybe 2 to 3 months, but it still outpaces conventional piles, and because the materials are balanced and oxygenated, there's almost no smell at all. The pile stays warm, active, and biologically diverse from top to bottom. The end result? Black gold, fast. By the time the cardboard disappears, your compost will have transformed. What was once a soggy mess becomes fluffy, crumbly, dark humus. That humus is rich in microbial life, stable nutrients, and organic carbon. It's the kind of soil conditioner that, honestly, changes everything. Improving structure, water retention, and fertility in raised beds, containers, or backyard plots. Even better, the cardboard helps trap nutrients that would otherwise leach away. If you're composting food scraps with high nitrogen, the cardboard holds those nutrients in place until the pile finishes breaking down. This means, really, nothing is wasted. Cardboard, the lazy gardener's secret weapon. This method doesn't require fancy tools or expensive compost bins. It doesn't rely on turning, additives, or store-bought accelerators. Just water, organic waste, and common cardboard, preferably with no plastic, foil, or colored ink. And here's the truth. Once you try it, you won't go back. Your compost will be faster, your garden richer, and your soil more alive than ever before. It's simple, smart, and completely free. So the next time you unpack a box or finish a frozen pizza, don't toss that cardboard in the bin. Soak it, stack it, and transform your compost pile. If this guide helped you understand composting in a whole new way, make sure to subscribe to Hydrohaven and share this with a fellow gardener. There's more hidden gold in your recycling pile than you think, and together, we're digging it up.